There's a lot of sunscreen and freckles in one picture.
Recorded in Fargo, North Dakota, and broadcasting around the world. Welcome to the Strive Show, your connection to all things family health, and nothing is off limits. And now, your host, Dr. Jake Grenacher.
All right, welcome back to another episode of the Strive Show. Hopefully the camera doesn't explode here. 2 gingers,
Wow.
1 video.
There's a lot of sunscreen and freckles in one picture.
Yeah,
It feels great.
Yeah, be careful. Yeah, you feel really tan watching this, which is a great thing. But anyways, I'm super pumped. If you guys don't know who's with me here, it's the one and only Erik Hatch, amazing owner of Hatch Realty, Hatch Coaching. I love the do-gooder. That's in your name.
Thank
That's
you.
fantastic.
I appreciate that.
And the reason we have Erik here is he actually just wrote an amazing new book. It releases in about next week.
Yeah, 7 days from today. Bum, bum.
Yeah,
Pretty excited.
big time. But the reason I reached out is I love the concept. I pre-ordered a couple books this morning, one to give away, so we're going to talk about that at the end. But really the concept of the book was servant leadership. Mm-hmm. And the reason that I like it, I wanted you here, because the way I look at servant leadership is, yes, it's important if you're a leader in a company, a leader in your family, a leader whatever, but it doesn't have to be that way. So would love to hear your take on servant leadership and how that can apply to everybody.
So this is a book that's not research-based, although it is experience-based and then backed up by research that I've copied from other people.
Nice.
So,
love it.
It's much more of a story-based content. And here's the rough 30-second, that'll probably be 2-minute journey of my life. Is graduated from college, went into the ministry, worked at First Lutheran Church in Fargo for 8 years. Loved every bit of it. I was filled with purpose. I was filled with so many things, but I was flat broke. And my wife and I needed to find a way to take great care of our family, and we dealt with a lot of infertility. We used all our insurance, and so the only way I could be a dad was to fund it. So I jumped into the real estate world, and all of a sudden made massively more than what I did before, and built a team, and I had lost the heart that I originally had from the ministry. I wanted a bunch of people to be employees instead of team members. I had folks that were there to try to get by while I wanted them to work for me so that I could have a lot of abundance. And it felt gross, and I crashed and burned. Everything came falling down. I got kicked out of a company. All my team members but 2 left me, and I realized I was doing it all wrong. And I needed to go back to my authentic self, to my servant leadership-based style, and that my job was to actually pour into other people, not to have them pour into me. If people ever say, Eric, how many people work for you? My answer is none, because I work for them every day. I want to know what their goals are and to help them become their best selves. And I recognize that there's a massive amount of people that are probably like I was, that are missing purpose in their life. And they're trying to find it by chasing things like dollars. And they're trying to find it by chasing things like titles, and both are really not fulfilling. Jake, I think of it this way, is people say that the purpose of business is what?
Make money. To
make money, right? Well, the purpose of living is not breathing, but breathing is essential. Air is essential to live. But if your life is about breathing, you've got a pretty lame life. If your business life is about profit, I think you have a pretty lame life. And you're searching 100%. For more, and you're searching for reason. And now we have a chance to have a voice, and I felt like God gave me a voice, and I want to use it to share this message of purpose, and to share this message of serving people in our world. So no matter your title or position, we all have influence, and the way in which we can do it is by playing for the person next to us.
Oh, I love it. Love that so much. And this is what's great is, where I see this is important as a leader in a business, but in a family. You have kids, I have kids, lots of kids are in here and parents watching. But the idea of it is, I remember having a conversation, I think my son was in 7th grade, 6th grade, and it was like this career week, in school. So he's asking me all these questions, and then one of the questions was like, Dad, how many hours do you work a week? I was like, I don't know. So he rephrased the question, like 40 is full time. I said, I understand the question. Like, it wasn't a confusing question. I just have no idea. Much for that reason is I don't know when I'm on or I'm off, or when I'm not helping or doing something, because it's a passion and a purpose. And that's the thing we talk a lot about. We had a whole 2 episodes on this about passion and purpose and finding that, which is super, super, super awesome. So
isn't it exhausting trying to be 2 people? Like if you're your work self and then your at home self. Because if I say to you, what are you passionate about? And you tell me I'm passionate about people and I'm passionate about this, and I say, tell me about your job, I crack backs. Right? Like you see how all of a sudden we have this massive disconnect. And I think there's a world of people out there who are saying, I'm passionate about people and serving and giving and charity and loving on people, and they don't get to do that in the workplace.
Yeah.
And I actually think that the most important thing that you can do in the workplace is to get approximate to someone, to get close and connected and vulnerable in that environment, because that's where trust is really built. I actually think that's how champions are made and production becomes so exceedingly high. Is when you trust someone, because you are going to go to battle with them and for them when you trust them and you know them inside and out.
100%. And being your authentic self is so important. It's, we talk about a lot, and we pretty sure I lost a white coat in a box years and years and years ago. But I also, that's why we wear a tie, because then I feel I can get away with more jokes. Yeah. They still think we're professional, yet I can make fun of you at the same time. So a lot of fun. So if you had to give someone advice, whether it be a parent, someone who's maybe on the bottom of a company or someone who's on the top, like how they can grasp more of this servant leadership in their own life, or how they can start embracing this concept more starting tomorrow. It's, you can look, it's easy to picture 10 years out and I can, oh my gosh, this is amazing if I'm in a position to be able to do this.
Right.
But I think it's someone that can do it starting tomorrow. So how would you suggest someone to start doing that?
The world right now is parched for people to be accountable, responsible, and generous. And yet what we see from politics and what we see from famous people is oftentimes the blame game instead of the accountability game. And we look to see people that take credit instead of give credit. And I think it's our job to be a light in this world. It's literally our job to tell people, to show people, to let people know that they are valued, and to let them know that they matter. And the way in which you do that is time. It is the most difficult thing to give because it is our limited resource. But I just saw something on Facebook yesterday that I, of course, ripped off and duplicated.
Oh, yeah, 100%. You put your name on it, too?
That's right. And it said that if somebody came up to you and asked for $50, you probably tell them to kick rocks. But if people come up to you and ask for your time, you give it all the time, because we're irresponsible with our time. The piece of advice I would give is to be intentional with your time. To know that the most important thing on your calendar every day are the people in your world, your family, yourself, your team members, not your clients. If you do an incredible job here at Strive of taking care of your team, your clients are so much happier, right?
100%.
You're going to get more referrals, you're going to get more business, you're going to find more abundance, but your priority is to take care of you, to take care of your wife and kids, and to take care of your team. And so that only happens with time. And if you're going to be intentional with it, you actually have to schedule it. Because if you're the person that wakes up every day at 4 a.m. and exercises, number one, screw you.
Exactly.
That's right.
You liars.
But they've done it so long that it's a habit. The only way that I know how to form a habit is to schedule what's important first, and to do it so long that I crave it and I need it. And connection is what's craved and needed, and you have to schedule it if it isn't naturally happening for you.
Oh, I love it. So one of the things I'm going to make sure I throw in the comments, whether you're watching this, whatever social media, is a scheduling tool. Like, we have a scheduling tool that I use or created for myself, and it's to help you block time in your own life. So we will include that, because that's so true.
And I'm going to steal that.
Yes, 100%. Yeah, 100%. It's all yours. It's super in depth, and no, I'm kidding. It's like a jacked Excel spreadsheet, so it works out pretty well. But yeah, what's gets scheduled gets done, and I always love the idea with that is being intentional. Is that being really on attack mode in your day and not defense mode. And I love that as when you wake up and not looking at your phone first and not letting the world dictate your schedule, but dictating the schedule of the world is so important. And that's an easy way to get in a place of gratitude and service and all that kind of stuff.
So, it sure is.
So I want to buy your book. I'm watching. I want to buy your new book. Eric, how do you get it?
So thank you, first of all. Hatchingleaders.com. Really easy to remember. I hope I put my name on everything. So we're going to call it. So hatchingleaders.com. You can pre-order the book. We'll ship them in a couple of weeks. Or we have an event at the Fargo Theater September 12th, 3:30 to 5. I'm going to tell stories from the book. It'll be some leadership lessons, and then you get a copy of the book when you show up.
Awesome.
So that's September 12th, 3:30, and the book pre-release, you can all purchase it at hatchingleaders.com.
Awesome. So usually these get put in a bank and stored for a while. I'm going to release this one today. So if you're watching this today, Lee, I'm going to put the links in for the event.
Thank you.
The links in for the book. All the other stuff I said, I'll have to go back through this and say, what did I say I was going to put in there? We'll make sure you have all that. But check it out. Like I said, and I checked it out. I went through hatchingleaders.com, ordered 2 books. Took me like 5 minutes.
Thank you.
So what I want someone to comment below, share them, tag someone who needs to hear it. But why don't you share how you intend on using this information in your life? And we're going to choose one person and give away a copy of the book to you. So we'd love to have that happen. Thank you, Eric, for being here. Thanks for all that you do in the community and for helping hatch leaders everywhere. So I appreciate it.
Thanks, brother.
All right. Take care.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of The Strive Show. Make sure you catch up on all episodes on Strive Chiropractic's Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram TV channels. To connect with The Strive Show, email info@strivechiropractic.com.